Oneonta.
You're watching News Channel 2 at sunrise with Gary Liberatore.
Good morning and thank you for joining us. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And here on this Tuesday, not too bad of a morning.
Not too bad. Temperatures right around freezing, 32 degrees in the valley, a little chillier in the southern valleys. And compared to yesterday, we're dealing with snow. Some of the areas in the south, a little more than what we got here in the valley. But today, we're talking about quiet weather. Sunshine, actually, with highs reaching the upper 30s. Pretty seasonably warm, could you say so myself. Here's a live view of Oneonta. Currently 27 degrees in the city of the hills. Again, a little warmer as you head in the Mohawk Valley up to the north. You can see those local temperatures right now. 33 Westmoreland, 31 Little Falls, 33 Whitesboro, 22 a little more cool up in the North Country, Big Moose. In Southern Valleys, I-88 corridor, 27 Oneonta, 24 Skenevis, and then heading up to Cooperstown, 30 degrees. Today at a glance, what to expect conditions-wise? Well, temperatures again warming up into the upper 30s. Little to no chance of precipitation following the lake effect coming to an end early this morning in the North Country. But those wind gusts start to pick up this evening, so a little blustery. Wind chills will make it feel not as warm. But of course, that sunshine will take, of course, any day of the week. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2, top of the radar. Still, we're talking about just some lingering lake effect snow in the North Country right now. But again, that is coming to an end. And so for today, decreasing clouds, highs near 40. Overall, a pretty pleasant Tuesday in store. No commute issues at all expected. We are talking, however, about lake effect snow tomorrow and the impacts of that. Details on that coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. Let's get right to it now. We have new information.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back. We are tracking much more quiet weather today compared to yesterday, especially the previous night. Heading to work this morning for your morning and evening commute. Again, no travel impacts are expected. Mostly cloudy skies for your morning commute. And maybe in the early evening before the clouds return once more, grab that pair of sunglasses as some sunshine will peek out by the midday today. Now, regarding snowfall. So, we're quiet today. A cold front arrives tonight. This will bring with it some light snow. In the valley, it might still be above freezing, so I'm thinking it may be more of a sleet-rain mix. Then the overnight hours, the snow starts to develop isolated in the North Country. This is not a favorable setup like we saw a few weeks ago with that heavy snow that reached Tug Hill, those 20 to 30 to even up to 40 inches of snow. But by the early morning hours, that snow band will start to shift south into the northern Oneida County region, central Herkimer County. That could cause some tricky travel, and then it will quickly sweep south into the Mohawk Valley, eventually the southern valleys by the evening. After that, though, things do look quiet for Thursday and Friday. And wind chill, still a bit chilly today. Winds are around 5 to 10 miles per hour from the south. Stronger winds tomorrow. Definitely want to bundle up a little bit more with wind chills in the upper teens, low 20s. And then after that, though, we do warm up by Thursday and Friday. Gary?
Eric, thanks. They put roofs over people's heads. And
New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back. Happy Tuesday. Today is starting out on the cool side, but relatively quiet. Lake effect light snow is coming to an end in the North Country. And besides that, we were talking about sunshine and quiet weather this afternoon. Here's a live look of downtown Utica on our Nexus camera. Current conditions, 33 degrees, a decent wind from the southwest, feels like 27. Maybe a cooler wind chill today, but not too bad. Wind chills will be much cooler tomorrow with those stronger winds. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 top of the radar right now. Mostly quiet. Barely see what's left of the lake effect light snow currently taking place in the North Country, and a few very light spots right here that might not be truly reaching the ground right now. Our chance of snow outlook heading into today, tonight, and into tomorrow. It's looking quiet for today. Again, sunshine peaks out this afternoon. Increasing clouds this evening. A cold front arrives, brings a chance for some light snow. In the lower elevations, more likely rain, as those temperatures would not have fallen below freezing just yet. Then by tomorrow, lake effect snow takes place in the North Country in the early morning hours, northern Oneida County. Then it sweeps south into the Mohawk Valley before the lake effect snow does come to an end by late Wednesday night. And you can see it right here in our Skycast right now. We're talking about temperatures in the upper 20s, low 30s this morning. Sunshine this afternoon with highs approaching near 40. A southerly wind as we head into tonight. We're talking about lake effect snow developing in the North Country. You can see that right there. At least that cold front sweeps south, then lake effect takes place. And by early tomorrow morning, lake effect snow will be in the northern Oneida County region. We're still tracking whether this band will be on the stronger side or more variable. We are looking at the path of the winds over some of the Great Lakes, and for right now, models are varying in exactly how much the intensity is. So we're going to split the difference in our snowfall forecast for now until more data comes in. You can see this band continuing to be more variable heading into the Mohawk Valley, and then eventually pushes south by tomorrow evening before that snow does come to an end. So our early snowfall forecast for this morning. This is for tomorrow, by the way. Trace to 2 inches of snow in the lower elevations. It would be hard for that snow to really accumulate in the lowest elevations in the valley. 2 to 6 here north of the Mohawk Valley. Some areas could be on the higher side, depending on if that band strengthens in an isolated area. And then as that sweeps south, totals will gradually decrease once more. So here's our initial forecast right now. Things will change. For sure, tune back with us later on this morning and as well this afternoon and this evening. So over today, highs near 40, decreasing clouds tonight, increasing clouds with some snow showers. Your 7-day forecast. After tomorrow, things are trending pretty quiet. We've got to get through this lake effect snow first. Thursday and Friday looking cool for Thursday, but sunshine continuing for Friday as well. More clouds Saturday, maybe a little bit of precipitation Saturday night and early Sunday, but pretty quiet stretch of weather as we head into the near future. Knock on
wood.
I don't have wood here, so I'll just knock on whatever.
Yeah, we're going to get some snow, I'm sure, pretty soon. Eric, thanks. The time right now is 5:25.
You're watching News Channel 2 at sunrise with Gary Liberator.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for this half hour of Sunrise. I'm Gary Liberator.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2. I'm meteorologist Eric Gage.
And you're keeping your eye on some snow, I hear, huh?
Yeah, lake effect snow tomorrow. Starts out in the North Country, then it sweeps south. Similar to what we saw a few weeks ago, but nowhere near the intensity of that. I know some locations, I can't remember the exact total, up near the Tug Hill area, a lot of snow.
Yeah.
But anyways, quiet weather today, though. We'll deal with that at least and when it comes time for that. But temperatures this morning in the low 30s, upper 20s in some locations as well. Currently 30 degrees in Cooperstown. A live view from our Utica National Tower Cam. Local temperatures this morning in the Mohawk Valley in the low 30s. 33 Westmoreland, 31 Little Falls. A little cooler up as you head north. 25 Inlet, 23 degrees in Big Moose. And heading into the southern valleys, 28 Sherburne, Norwich, 26 Oxford, and over in Oneonta, 27, 24 degrees in Skeevis. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Right now, things are quiet. And today, don't need to grab that snow brush or budget extra time. As a matter of fact, grab those sunglasses as we'll see some sunshine this afternoon. Clouds will turn this evening. Again, weather does turn active once more tomorrow, but that'll be it. As we approach the remainder of the work week, things are on the more quiet side, even more sunshine expected by Thursday and Friday. So for today, again, highs approaching the upper 30s, sunshine in the afternoon. We're talking about that lake effect snow in detail coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. New this morning, you've got
The Cooperstown Cam is brought to you by Utica National Insurance Group.
Good morning and welcome back. Quiet weather is expected for today with sunshine this afternoon. Of course, grab those sunglasses as you head out the door today. Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar right now showing quiet conditions after light lake effect snow showers have come to an end from last night. Those temperatures this morning, again on the cool side, but not too bad. Right around freezing in the Mohawk Valley, 33 degrees Westmoreland, 31 in Little Falls. In the North Country, Lake Pleasant Inlet, 25 degrees, and in the 20s as you head south into the Southern Valleys, 26 Earlville, 28 Cooperstown, and 28 degrees in Richfield Springs. What we're tracking for today and tomorrow, well, again, quiet weather today. Light rain and snow develops tonight depending on location. Overnight lows will then fall below freezing for a lot of the area tomorrow. And we're talking about lake effect snow starting out north, sweeping south throughout the day. I'll time it all out in that full forecast coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. The CDC wants
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back. Happy Tuesday. Quiet weather is expected for your day today with temperatures starting out in the low 30s, upper 20s, climbing near 40 heading into the Mohawk Valley this afternoon. Here's a live look of downtown Utica from our Nexus camera. The roads looking quiet, looking fine, conditions looking quiet, temperatures are currently in the, again, low 30s with cloudy skies, a decent wind from the southwest. Wind chill right now feels like 27 degrees. Wind chill won't be too bad today. It will be a little bit more cool tomorrow with feels like temperatures in the teens due to that wind speed, but things will continue to warm up as the week progresses. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Right now, we're looking at quiet conditions here locally. And for today, again, we're still looking at quiet weather. So what we're talking about in the near term, again, quiet today, lake effect snow tomorrow. You can see clouds this morning whisking away. Sunshine moves in by this afternoon as high temperatures climb into the upper 30s to as high as the low 40s here in the Mohawk Valley. Then by tonight, snow starts to form in the North Country as a cold front sweeps through. Temperatures in the valley will still be above freezing, so I'm thinking it might start out as rain before it finally turns over to a few lingering flurries by Wednesday morning. Now we're talking about lake effect snow Wednesday morning, especially in northern Oneida County. Now this model here is showing the snow band to be more on the scattered side, but it could be more isolated due to lake influence from Lake Huron and Lake Superior. Regardless, though, the snow will continue for the morning, maybe reduced visibility here and there, especially north of the valley. Then by the afternoon, that band starts to sweep south. There is some inconsistencies in the data with when that band sweeps south, and of course, that's why we get such high variability in snowfall totals to lake effect. Regardless, this snow band sweeps south and things do quiet down by Wednesday night. So our early snowfall forecast right now, we got 2 to 6 inches possible in the highest elevations north of the Mohawk Valley. And as that band sweeps south in the highest elevations just south, north of Morrisville in Madison County, Mohawk Valley again likely missing out on a lot of that impactful snow, maybe trace 2 inches. But again, the highlights right now are that the snow develops Wednesday morning, heaviest north of the Mohawk Valley, and locally higher totals are possible if that snow band isolates in one area. So right now our forecast confidence is at a 50-50 shot right now on exactly when that, if that total will hit, especially on the higher end. So for today, highs near 40, decreasing clouds tonight down into the 20s, increasing clouds with some snow showers. Your 7-day forecast. Lake effect snow Wednesday. After that, though, looking more dry. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, looking mostly quiet. Maybe a few chances, I'm thinking Saturday night, seeing rain or snow, but for the most part, we're looking at quiet weather with sunshine even by Thursday and Friday.
Yeah, not too bad of a week for December, that's for sure.
Yeah, not too bad.
Yeah, Eric, thanks. Well, astronauts are incredibly meticulous.
You're watching News Channel 2 at sunrise with Gary Liberator.
Good morning once again, and thank you for joining us here on this Tuesday. I'm Gary Liberator.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And if you're getting ready to head outside, not too bad of a morning, right around freezing, right?
Yeah, a little freezing this morning, 32 degrees in the Mohawk Valley, a little cooler as you head south and north, but quiet weather today, that's for sure. This past weekend, thankfully, Sam and Joe were able to help, so as I go down and visit New York City, see the Christmas tree for the first time.
Yeah.
I want to emphasize this. If you do plan on going down to see anything in New York City right now, get prepared. It's packed.
Yeah.
It is swarmed. The entire Rockefeller Center was basically you couldn't walk anywhere. Here's a look at the Christmas tree. Again, it was beautiful. And of course, the temperatures favored that. It was almost 60 degrees in the city over the weekend, but you can see just how crowded it was. Again, if you do want to go and visit it, I would try to plan during a weekday. Of course, it went on a weekend, and it was very packed. Now here locally, temperatures in Cooperstown, 30 degrees, quiet weather. In the Mohawk Valley, a little warmer, right around freezing, 32 Westmoreland, 31 Little Falls. North Country, even cooler, 23 in Big Moose, 27 Oneonta, 26 Oxford, 27 over in Norwich. Quiet on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 at Doppler radar. And for today, again, don't need that snow brush or snow boots. Grab those sunglasses. Sunshine peaks out this afternoon as highs approach near 40. Quiet weather comes to an end briefly tomorrow before it returns throughout the remainder of the work week. But tomorrow we're talking about lake effect snow. I'll break it all down in detail in that full forecast coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. Let's get right to it now. We have new information this morning.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Good morning and welcome back. Today we're talking about no travel impacts expected for your morning and evening commute. This morning, mostly cloudy skies. Those clouds will decrease throughout the day with some sunshine by this afternoon. Clouds will start to return this evening ahead of a cold front that will bring with it some light rain here in the Mohawk Valley and snow showers in those higher elevations. Now, regarding snowfall, so for today, the isolated snow will be primarily this evening in the overnight hours, and again, higher elevations will see that until the valley temperatures will fall below freezing. Then for Wednesday, scattered lake effect snow showers. It starts out in the North Country, then that snow sweeps south into northern Oneida County by the early morning hours, then eventually through the Mohawk Valley and south by the afternoon and the evening. No snow, though, is expected for Thursday and Friday. Lastly, wind chill. It'll be chilly today with wind chills in the 20s, low 30s, not too bad. Tomorrow, with stronger winds and cooler temperatures, wind chills will be in the teens. So a bit cold, bundle up a little more for tomorrow, but after that, though, we do warm up by Thursday and Friday. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Well, they put roofs over people's heads.
Central New York's most dependable weather team. Here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back. Happy Tuesday. This morning, not too bad temperature-wise, right around freezing in the valley, a little cooler in the southern valleys. As a matter of fact, a look in Oneonta, still a beautiful snowy scene right there from our camera atop Hartwick College in the distance. The campus of SUNY Oneonta, which did see its final days of classes yesterday. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Right now, we're looking at quiet conditions, nothing getting picked up on the radar scans right now. This will change tomorrow, but this will be a common trend as you look ahead towards Thursday, Friday, and into the coming weekend. Skywatchers this morning checking in across the Mohawk Valley, lower elevations in the low 30s, 32 degrees, New Hartford, Clinton. Out in Westdale, 31 degrees, and up north in Forestport, 25 degrees. In the North Country, Old Forge Inlet, 21, Old Forge, 27 degrees at Inlet. And as we head south, in the 20s across the area, 28 Milford, 26 Hartwick and Westford, 27 Paynes Hollow, Edmiston, 29 degrees the warmest in Cooperstown. Now, what we're talking about for today is quiet weather, pretty much. Seasonably warm conditions in the upper 30s, low 40s with some sunshine. We'll take it. At least for today, things will turn more active by tomorrow. So you can see a southerly wind right now. By 3 p.m., still seeing plentiful sunshine today, so grab those sunglasses. As the evening hours approach, a cold front arrives from the north. Now, this will sweep into the North Country, produce some snow showers up near Old Forge, Boonville, Inlet, Webb, all those areas up in the North Country early tomorrow morning. Then, by Wednesday morning, right around 7 to 8 a.m., this band, you can barely see it here in our in-house model, but it'll form just in northern Oneida County, maybe seeing reduced visibility and maybe some tricky travel situations a little bit there as that band will continue to sweep south throughout the afternoon and evening before finally sweeping into the southern valleys by the late evening overnight hours tomorrow night. And so how much snowfall are we talking? Well, 2 to 6 inches possible here in the higher elevations, trace to 2 inches here in the Mohawk Valley. And our highlights for this heaviest snowfall most likely north of the Mohawk Valley. We're talking about the possibility of the lakes of Huron and Superior influencing a stronger band here. But these winds could be variable, so we're taking that into account, which is why the range is so high right here. And of course, this could change as the evening, more data comes in this evening. And so for today, highs in the upper 30s, low 40s, decreasing clouds, sunshine tonight. Snow showers, rain in the lower elevations, low of 26. 7-day forecast, quiet today, lake effect snow tomorrow. And as we head into Thursday and Friday, quiet weather with some sunshine warming up into the mid-40s. Saturday and Sunday also looking quiet and mild. Rain arrives on Monday. And if today is your birthday, make it a great one. Here's a list.
You're watching News Channel 2 at sunrise with Gary Liberator.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberator.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And earlier we saw that fabulous shot down at Rockefeller Center that you took this weekend, and I know you have a great shot from your dad as well. It's like Photography Tuesday.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. And he sent this to our family chat yesterday, and I was like, you took this picture?
Yeah,
like,
you should frame it.
It looks like it's a painting or just like something that you had to set up just absolutely perfectly. Take a look at this shot right here. This is down in, I believe, Otsego County. Of course, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Look at this shot right here. You got the clouds, some sun peeking out, a sun ray peeking over the field of snow with the snowy trees in the background. And again, just a beautiful shot. I might put this in one of the top 5 weather shots this year. Yeah, we on our Facebook page, we usually compile a list of the best weather shots and put them as our background. This might be one of them for a winter shot this year. And a live look in Cooperstown right now, current temperature down there, 29 degrees, a little warmer as you head into the Mohawk Valley, right around freezing, 32 degrees, Westmoreland, 31, Little Falls. In North Country, Big Moose Inlet in the mid-20s. And again, the Southern Valleys right around the 20s, 24, Skenevis 25 degrees in Oneonta. Things are quiet on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler for today. Grab those sunglasses. Don't grab that snow brush or snow boots because for today, we're talking about sunshine this afternoon as highs approach near 40 in the valley. After this, though, weather turns active again tonight and into tomorrow with lake effect snow. We'll have more details on that in that full forecast coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. New this morning,
The Cooperstown Cam is brought to you by Utica National Insurance Group.
Beautiful snowy shot right there in downtown Cooperstown, and I'm gonna miss seeing all these toys around here. I'm pretty sure they do get picked up fairly soon. And again, thank you so much, all of you, for your generosity donating all these toys to local kids in need. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar right now, looking at quiet weather here in central New York this morning. And expect quiet weather today with plentiful sunshine as the afternoon approaches. Those temperatures too this morning, not too bad for December standards. In the mid to, I should say low 30s in the Mohawk Valley, 32 degrees. In Westmoreland, 31 Little Falls. In the 20s as you head north and south of the valley, 25 Inlet, 27 Richfield Springs, 28 degrees in Cooperstown. What to expect for today, tonight, and tomorrow? Well, quiet weather today with some sunshine. Grab those sunglasses as you head out the door this morning. Light rain and snow develops tonight. Rain in the lowest elevations, snow as you head again north and south of the valley. Then lake effect snow develops tomorrow, starting out in the North Country, sweeping south throughout the day. I'll tell it all in detail, plus give you our first snowfall forecast for this coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. The CDC wants you to know it's not.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. As you just saw in the Cavvy Tower camera, a nice shot of the sunrise heading into the Mohawk Valley. Another shot of the sunrise this morning, taking our view in Oneonta. Here's a view from our camera at Top Partway College. Sunrise continuing to get a little bit later in the morning. 7:23 is the official sunrise time for Utica this morning. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 top of the radar for this morning. Again, quiet weather will stick around throughout the day today with some sunshine by this afternoon. Our sky watchers this morning checking in across the Mohawk Valley. Seasonably cool, but not too bad for starting out your day today. 32 degrees, New Hartford, Clinton, 31 as you head out to Westdale. Forestport, 25 degrees. North Country, 21. Old Forge, 27 degrees. Inlet and to the south, 27 Paynes Hollow. And Edmiston, 28. Milford, 26. Westford, Hartwick, 29 degrees in Cooperstown. So quiet weather sticks around today. Lake effect snow begins to arrive tomorrow. You can see right now, right around noontime, sunshine across the board. Temperatures climbing up into the upper 30s, maybe low 40s in the lowest elevations here. As the evening approaches, maybe between 7 to 8 p.m., that's when a cold front arrives from the north. It won't push through entirely through our area. It would actually push and then become kind of stationary. See how the winds kind of shift more westerly by Wednesday morning. This is when we're talking about lake effect snow. This will be primarily for the North Country overnight. Then by tomorrow morning, primarily in this area right here in northern Oneida County, central Herkimer County. Our model here doesn't really show it too clearly, but this is where the band will be setting up. Then as the morning progresses, the afternoon continues on. Snow showers might be more scattered or isolated. We'll follow that as we get more data. But for now, regardless, the snow will sweep south by the afternoon and the evening, pushing through the Mohawk Valley and eventually through the southern valleys by the overnight hours tomorrow. And so what we're talking about for snow, well, 2 to 6 inches possible right here in the light blue area. And the range is high because for now, we're trying to find out if the downwind lakes of Huron and Superior will influence a stronger band through here. If the winds are shifting maybe 1 or 2 degrees north or south, this will not happen. So regardless, though, we think the Mohawk Valley miss out on a lot of that with only trace of 2 inches of additional snowfall. And so for today, highs in the low 40s, decreasing clouds, breezy conditions tonight. Rain and snow showers, depending on elevation, lows in the mid-20s. Your 7-day forecast. Pretty much quiet weather as you head to the next several days, aside from Wednesday. Looks to be the outlier here. Now, as we head into the weekend, pretty mild. I think I would enjoy that weekend forecast right there. 40s and sunshine for December. I mean, I don't know about that. I mean, we do get some more rain on Monday, but I mean, this stretch, not very December-like, but, you know, I'll take it. Unfortunate for those who are snow lovers, though, because the snow, we get it, and it keeps melting.
Yeah, hopefully things will turn around for them eventually. Eric, thanks. Well, astronauts are incredibly...
Now, you're watching News Channel 2 at 7 a.m. on CW 11 with Gary Liberatore.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on the CW11. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And not a bad looking sunrise out there this morning.
Yeah, pretty beautiful start today, and a sign of what today's going to be. Sunshine, beautiful, relatively beautiful weather with highs near 40 degrees. Now, weather remains quiet today. Lake effect snow arrives tomorrow, but I'll explain more about that coming up in a few minutes later on in the show. Here's a live view of Cooperstown, a beautiful wintry scene still down there. Temperatures didn't really climb above freezing, around 29 degrees still, so that snow is still sticking. Local temperatures in the Mohawk Valley, right around freezing, 32 Westmoreland, 31 Little Falls, 24, 25 up in the North Country, Big Moose Inlet. Southern valleys in the 20s across a lot of the area, 30 being the outlier with Unadilla. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2, top of the radar for right now. Quiet weather, that will continue for today. Heading into the early evening, that's when maybe some light snow and rain will start to develop in the overnight hours from a cold front. So as you head up the road today, grab your sunglasses. Don't need winter boots or a snow brush, as those conditions will be on the sunny side with highs near 40 degrees. Again, this does come to an end. We're talking about lake effect snow tomorrow. I'll explain more about that in detail coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. Let's get right to it now. We have new information
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back. Happy Tuesday. And all I can say is wow, just wow. The sunrise this morning is orange. It is bright. Look at this shot right here in downtown Utica. A bright shot of, again, that beautiful sunrise. Looking at our tower camera, just, yeah, I got no words. This is a beautiful shot this morning. And what will be an overall pretty pleasant mid-December day across the area. Current temperature in Utica, 32 degrees. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2, top of the radar for today. We're expecting quiet conditions, nothing to be picked up right here. However, as the evening hours arrive overnight, that's when things will change with some lake effect snow. Sky watches this morning in the 30s in the Mohawk Valley, 32 Clinton, New Hartford, 31 out in western United County and Westdale, Forestport 25 degrees. Continuing up in the North Country, 21 Old Forge, 27 degrees in Inlet. Southern Valleys 29 Cooperstown, 26 Westford, 27 Paynes Hollow, and Edmiston 26 degrees over in Hartwick. Quiet weather is expected today. Morning clouds burn off to some sunshine by this afternoon as highs approach near 40 in the valley. As the evening hours arrive, closer to right around 7 p.m., give or take a few hours, a cold front arrives from the north, and it won't sweep through the entire area. It'll actually become more stationary over the northern portion of our area, especially North Country in northern Oneida County. And so overnight, some lake effect snow showers in the North Country. By tomorrow morning, the snow band, you can't really see it clearly on our model right here, but it will primarily set up just in this region where my hand is, in northern Oneida County, central Herkimer County for the morning. And so if you do live in that area, you might have to deal with some minor travel inconveniences as you head to work. Then that snow band, depending on how the system sets up, will be either more on the scattered side or more isolated into a single band. Regardless, it will continue to push south through the Mohawk Valley throughout the late morning, early afternoon, and then by the evening finally push south into the southern valleys. And so our SoFall forecast, our first one putting out for this event right now, we're thinking 2 to 6 inches up here north of the Mohawk Valley and traced 2 inches heading south. Now, the range is high, and this could change as the afternoon and evening hours approach. We get more data. Locally, higher totals are possible if the band becomes stationary and it feeds off of some moisture, not only from Lake Ontario, but also from Lake Huron and Lake Superior. So again, as you get more information, we'll fine tune this forecast. So stay tuned for News Channel 2 at noon, and of course this evening and tomorrow. So for today, highs near 40, decreasing clouds, sunshine tonight, down into the 20s with some rain and snow, increasing clouds. 7-day forecast, lake effect snow Wednesday, that looks to be the outlier. Heading the rest of the week, mild with some sunshine.
Here this morning, here at WKTV, as opposed to yesterday, that sunrise was unbelievable.
Yeah, I remember looking over, I saw you were still anchoring, and then I could see just the beautiful orange behind you, and I was in shock. It was a beautiful sunrise this morning. I'll have a time lapse of that coming up in just a minute, too. But right now, sunshine, lots of it, and welcome, at least for our area. Those temperatures, too, are warming up slowly into the upper 30s, highs in the low 40s today. And so you can see across the state, on the New York State Mesnet Camera Network, look at all this sunshine from Camden all the way to Herkimer, far south, east as Springfield to Brookfield, and as far north as Osceola and Redfield. And around the state, temperature-wise, we are still in the 30s, but warming up. Already 39 in Rome, could be reaching the low 40s by the time the day starts to cool down a little bit. Another thing, too, a lot of the southern valleys in North Country haven't warmed up above freezing since the snow started to fall Monday morning, so Sunday night. In a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2, top of the radar. Right now, things are quiet. And again, for today, sunshine, temperatures in the low 40s in the Mohawk Valley. Quiet weather for the rest of today. Things start to turn more active tomorrow regarding lake effect snow. I'll talk about what the latest forecast trends are, when it arrives, and who will be seeing it coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. A small earthquake up.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Sunshine dominates the skies this afternoon, with temperatures slowly warming from the upper 30s to as high as the low 40s in the valleys, at least for the most part today. A little cooler as you head into the higher elevations. Here is a look at the beautiful sunrise this morning. I was pretty much speechless. So we got a time lapse right here, and then we can freeze right about here. Look at this, right? It's just a gorgeous sunrise, plenty of yellows, reds, even some pinks too as well. You can see mixing in right there. It was just a fiery sunrise this morning and a beautiful one. Now, locally in downtown Utica, on our Nexus camera, things are trending sunny and quiet, at least for today, and into the early part of this evening. That will change heading into tonight, though, as lake effect snow is on our doorstep. So, on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2, top of the radar, we can see, again, nothing really detected in the radars right now. However, our attention is out to the northwest as a system, a weak cold front will slowly push into our area heading into the overnight hours tonight. So, I'll head straight to it. So here's what's happening right now. Still plentiful sunshine across the area. This evening, maybe closer to 7, 8 o'clock, give or take an hour or two, this cold front pushes through, bringing some snow showers in the North Country. I think that the Mohawk Valley will be warm enough to where it won't start out as snow, starting out as some rain showers as this system quickly pushes through. It might turn over to light snow by the overnight hours. Then by tomorrow morning, the lake effect machine starts to pick up primarily just north of the Mohawk Valley. You can see right here the primary area seeing the snow looks to be northern Oneida County, parts of northern Herkimer County and central Herkimer County. But you can see this darker blue band right here is the most likely scenario. I'm factoring in a different model here. It's why it's looking a little more choppy and slow motion. Then as the morning progresses, that band might become stronger. And then as it sweeps south, it'll become more cellular and weaken before probably strengthening once more into a isolated band south of the valley. And so right now, here's our early snowfall forecast at this point. No changes compared to this morning, but we might change a thing or two tonight and into tomorrow, depending on trends. 2 to 6 inches, wide range here up in the North Country, heading into parts of western Oneida County. And then heading into the Mohawk Valley, only seeing trace of 2 inches for now. So for today, highs near 40, decreasing clouds tonight. Rain and snow showers, low 26. 7-day forecast, lake effect snow showers for Wednesday. Then by the next few days, still looking quiet. We're looking at a potential, it's not a nor'easter. It's almost a tropical storm on Monday because there's lacking that cold air. But for now, it looks to remain entirely east of our area. So we could have a pretty quiet stretch heading into the final week before Christmas.
Yeah, we'll get our snow. I'm sure we will. Eric, thanks. Later today, the Hanukkah. Once again, here is meteorologist Eric Gage.
Sunshine has arrived this afternoon, but it will feel a little cooler out with a decent wind from the south, especially those of you who live just south of the Mohawk Valley in the higher elevations. Look at the current conditions. You can see right here, 39 at Griffith and Rome. Sunny, feels like 31 though, again with that decent breeze from the south. Winds will continue to increase as the overnight hours approach and into tomorrow. You can see, of course, plentiful sunshine all across New York State, but those stronger winds out to the west ahead of that cold front. Buffalo with 24-mile-per-hour winds, not including wind gusts, but you can see the yellows in the central New York area are primarily, again, in the highest elevations just south of the valley. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2, Doppler radar right now, looking at quiet weather, and will remain quiet for this afternoon with plentiful sunshine. Increasing clouds this evening turns to lake effect snow tonight in the North Country. Then by tomorrow, that band sweeps south across the Mohawk Valley into the southern valleys. I'll time it all out and talk about how much snow we're thinking coming up. Back to you, Gary.
Eric, thanks. An update this noon.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon. Some welcome sunshine across central New York will continue for the next several hours into right around sunset before clouds start to move in. But before that, let's enjoy the beautiful scenery. Here's a shot of, in my opinion, one of the best looking towns in a lot of the Northeast, Cooperstown. You can see temperature 36 degrees, climbing above freezing. A lot of the southern valleys the first time since Sunday night. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2, top of the radar. Right now, things are quiet and remain quiet for the rest of today. But heading into tonight, that will change with a cold front arriving from the northwest. So I'm going to get right to it, talking about snowfall potential, when it's going to arrive, and who will be seeing it. So today, we're talking about sunshine, plenty of it. Temperatures climbing already into the low 40s here in the Mohawk Valley. By the evening hours, give or take 1 or 2 hours around 7 p.m., a cold front pulls through, starting out as rain showers in the valley. Temperatures are still above freezing at that point. It should turn over to sleet and then some light snow as the overnight hours progress. But the majority of the snow will actually remain north of the Mohawk Valley by around 7 a.m. So I switched a model over here. One of these models we have best illustrates what's going to happen for tomorrow. So 7 a.m., you can see this darker blue line right here. This is the most likely location of that lake effect snow band. It remains north and possibly strengthens from additional lake effect, not only from Lake Ontario, but downwind of Lake Huron and Lake Superior. But things have to work absolutely perfectly for that to set up. So we'll monitor that potential as it develops tomorrow morning. Then it starts to sweep south and it weakens a little bit, more on the scattered side. Some of what we saw a few weeks ago with that event where a lot of scattered lake effect snow showers. Then it could strengthen once more as it pushes south before finally weakening as it heads into southern valleys by 7 p.m. Wednesday. And then by the time Thursday morning arrives, things are quiet. So how much snow are we talking about? 2 to 6 inches in the highest elevations just north of the Mohawk Valley. You can see this band right here, central Herkimer County, northern Oneida County, and then as that band sweeps south, it will push south once more. And still has a lot of variation with lake effect events, so this could change as more data comes in, but This is our initial forecast. Mohawk Valley trace to 2 inches. Some isolated spots might get a little more. So for today, highs near 40, decreasing clouds tonight. Some rain and snow showers, lows in the mid-20s. Your 7-day forecast. Besides Wednesday, that looks to be the only real active weather day so far for the next 7. We got rain showers in the forecast for Monday, but that could sweep east and miss us entirely. So overall, this is a pretty quiet, pretty mild stretch as we head into the week heading into Christmas.
Yeah, definitely odd here for December.
Definitely odd, but for those of you who like the warmer temperatures, go ahead and take it. Snow lovers, unfortunate. Snow's going to melt.
They'll get theirs.
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah, Eric, thanks. A man flew from Denmark to...
Forecast, we bring in Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. And yeah, it's winter, so we're going to be getting these alerts from lake effect again.
Yeah,
right?
we're going to be seeing some snow tomorrow. It's a nice day today, but the weather is going to change. We do have a winter weather advisory for Oneida and Herkimer County. Again, expecting accumulation to take place throughout the day tomorrow. We're thinking the bulk of this is going to happen north and west of Utica, and by bulk, we're only talking about a couple of inches here. There could be some locally higher amounts, especially along the higher terrain, but the general idea is 2 to 4 inches across northern Oneida County and a trace to 2 inches across the Mohawk Valley. We're going to break down the timing and impact on your morning and evening commute coming up. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Things are looking quiet for now, but we can see to the north that a strip of green is a cold front that will be dropping in from the north. Temperatures today in the upper 30s to low 40s, but again, things are going to be changing as that lake effect snow develops tomorrow. We're taking a look at, again, the timing of this and some warmer weather ahead, too. Look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. The governor has...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're tracking a cold front dropping in from the north, and that is going to put an end to a lovely stretch of weather that we saw today. Nice to see the sunshine out in full force. We don't get very many days like this time of the year, so I hope you had a chance to enjoy it. If not, there will be a couple of sunnier days ahead, especially later in the week. But before we get there, we do have some weather to talk about. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar to the north. We can see this zone, this green line here. This is the leading edge of a cold front that will be arriving tonight, and it's going to change our weather. I'm expecting some lake effect snow to take place tonight and tomorrow. The accumulations are relatively light, and for central New York standards, this really shouldn't be a big deal. We're expecting a couple of inches of snow. Roads will be slippery at times. Visibility will be poor at times. But again, considering our standards here, where we get more than 100 inches of snow in some years, this really isn't expected to cause any big problems. A live look in downtown Utica. Tonight's sunset, well, we hit a milestone. In fact, I'm going to step out of the graphic here to show you that tonight's sunset of 4:25 is the earliest that it will set for the entire year. Going forward, tomorrow, it's 1 minute later. I know that doesn't line up to the winter solstice. There is a difference between the earliest sunset time and the latest sunrise time. They're about 3 weeks apart around the winter solstice. So winter solstice still is the darkest day of the year, but you will start to see brighter evenings over the next couple of weeks. But it's really not until January that it becomes really noticeable. As we look at the radar and satellite image, again, a cold front drops in from the north. It produces some snow showers overnight. Temperatures drop down into the upper 20s. Tomorrow, lake effect snow showers, especially north of the Mohawk Valley. These are expected to be widespread and scattered, but again, in some of these heavier bands at times, the visibility does drop. Looking at snow to continue as we head into Wednesday evening. Winds turn into the northwest, so the band's going to gradually drop south throughout the course of the day and into the night. It's cold tomorrow night, temperatures down into the teens, but then we'll see some sunshine return on Thursday and a warming trend looking ahead. A general trace 2 inches of snowfall expected in the Mohawk and southern valleys, 2 to 4 inches of snow expected north. There's going to be a zone of locally higher amounts. Right now, we think it could be across northern Oneida County. But again, there will be a couple of places that get more than 4 inches. that should be the exception rather than the rule. Tonight, snow showers, 26 for the overnight low. Tomorrow, lake effect snow showers, a high of 33. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Not very December-like as we head into the weekend. Usually we're in the 30s, but we'll be in the 40s and we get some sunshine. So a break in the weather. I know a lot of people are still shopping for the holidays. Pretty good weekend to do that.
We're going to get to shopping in just a minute. Did I make that up or did I just hear new chimes?
I just heard new chimes.
Did you add new chimes?
I don't know. It sounded new to me.
Oh boy. All right, Bill. Thank you. Yes. All right. Let's talk about shopping now.
Online shopping, no less. Sometimes it takes the stress out.
So we're tracking some lake effect snow tomorrow. We are keeping track of the snowfall for the city of Utica throughout the season. It's something we do locally. To date, Utica has had just under 5 inches of snow. Usually by now, in the middle of December, we've had several snowfalls in your typical winter. And because of that, we are running a snowfall departure of about 10 inches. We usually get about 15 inches by now, and it's still early. A lot can still change going forward, but we are starting off winter on a slow note, and that has been a noticeable trend over the past several years. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. To the north we look, and we can see some light snow. That is the beginning of a cold front that will be moving through tonight, and that's expected to bring us some lake effect snow as we head into tomorrow. Heading out this evening, a nice evening for a walk. If you're taking the dog out, temperatures will be in the upper 30s. Tonight's featured dog is Spike Otis from New Hartford. And if you want to be part of this, head to Facebook. Just search for Sky with an E, Cast, WKTV. This is brought to you by Nye Automotive. We're tracking snowfall for tomorrow. Look at the forecast coming up. Kristen, back to you.
After bad weather over the weekend.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're tracking a cold front that drops in from the north tonight, and it sets the stage for lake effect snow tomorrow across central New York. I hope you had a chance to enjoy today. It's rare to get sunny days like this in the winter. We only get a handful of them each month. And it looks like we'll have a few opportunities in the future here, especially later in the week. But again, today was an unusual day. We look to the north, we can see the beginning of change. This area of green is a line of rain showers on the leading edge of a cold front. And that's going to be creating big changes in our weather as we head into tonight and tomorrow. Live look in Old Forge, snow still on the ground here, a temperature of 31 degrees. I wanted to give a shout out to Perry Junior High School. I'm going to step out of the picture here so we can get some of the students in the picture. Got a chance to speak to the middle school class today about weather and Iceland. I know a lot of the earth science students were learning about tectonic plates and the Northern Lights, and so that was a fun talk. And I wanted to thank Jill Reel, a teacher at this school, for the invitation. And again, it's a lot of fun to do that. Tonight, we aren't going to be able to see this, but tomorrow night we will. The Geminid meteor showers, one of the more active meteor showers of the year. And if you haven't heard about it before, it's because we usually don't get clear skies this time of the year, but we should be able to see a part of this tomorrow night with partly to mostly clear skies. After midnight, some meteors are expected to be visible. You want to look for the constellation Gemini after midnight, and we'll have a reminder for you again tomorrow night. Sky watchers, 37 degrees in New Hartford, Forestport 30, Eaton 34. Across the Mohawk Valley and North Country, Gray 29 degrees, Inlet 31, Curtis 31, Worcester 33, Westford 32 degrees, and Cooperstown with 33. Cold front moves in tonight, produces some scattered snow showers overnight. Overnight lows drop down into the 20s. Lake effect snow is expected to develop north of the Mohawk Valley tomorrow and then gradually drop southward throughout the course of the day. Temperatures climbing to the 30s. Lake effect snow comes to an end tomorrow night. Accumulations, a general trace to 2 inches of snow for the Mohawk Valley. We think that we get some snow in the valley, but not all that much with the band moving. But to the north, 2 to 4 inches of accumulation is expected. There will be some locally higher amounts, thinking 5-6 inches possible in a few isolated spots across northern Oneida County, along with poor visibility at times especially late tomorrow morning. Snow showers tonight, low of 26. Lake effect snow showers tomorrow. Again, most of us see a light accumulation. Temperatures in the low 30s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Another chilly day Thursday, 34, but an unusual weather pattern for the middle of December. Sunshine, temperatures in the 40s Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Clouds and rain return Monday with highs in the low 40s. We'll be right back.
With Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
We're tracking a return to snow, lake effect snow tomorrow. And with some accumulation, the National Weather Service has winter weather advisories in effect for Oneida, Herkimer, and Lewis counties. Again, this is for tomorrow. Our local snowfall forecast is calling for 2 to 4 inches of accumulation north of the Mohawk Valley with a few locally higher amounts. A trace to 2 inches of snow in the Mohawk Valley and southern valleys. Where, again, a lot of places at least pick up some snow tomorrow. Most of our area picks up that snow in the late morning to early afternoon. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Again, things look quiet. It's a lovely day. We saw plenty of sunshine, and it's been relatively mild. Current temperature is still of 40. But as a cold front moves in, we're expecting a round of some snow showers overnight, followed by some lake effect snow tomorrow. We're timing out that band of snow as it works in from the north. And also some milder weather ahead. Look at the forecast that's coming up. Back over to you.
The New York State Nurses Association.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
What a lovely day. Nice to see the sunshine. It is a rare occurrence as we are in the cloudiest time of the year, and we only get days like this every once in a while. A live look outside. I hope you had a chance to enjoy it because things are starting to change. We look to the north. We're tracking a cold front. You can see it moving through Watertown. This line of green is the leading edge of this. This will drop southward and produce some lake effect snow showers. They impact travel tomorrow, but not all that much. It's mainly a drop in visibility that would be the problem on the roadways heading into tomorrow afternoon. Live look in downtown Utica, a temperature of 39 degrees. The sunset earlier today, the latest, I should say the earliest sunset of the entire year, because tomorrow the evenings start slowly getting brighter. There's a difference between the earliest sunset time and the latest sunrise. It's about 3 weeks around the winter solstice, and we'll start to see brighter evenings ahead. Mark this on your calendar. Tomorrow, the Geminid meteor shower peaks across central New York. You might not have heard of this before because it is so hard to get clear skies this time of the year. We might actually be able to see this tomorrow night. This will be after midnight. It's one of the more active meteor showers of the year, so we'll have to see if our weather can cooperate with that. Temperatures this evening: Clinton 37 degrees, Curtis 31, across southern valleys, Westford 32, Paynes Hollow 37. So again, we are tracking this cold front that drops in from the north. A brief round of some snow showers late this evening. Overnight lows drop down into the upper 20s. Tomorrow, scattered lake effect snow showers are expected, starting across the north country and then dropping southward throughout the course of the day. By the afternoon, approaching the Mohawk Valley. By the evening, dropping south of the Mohawk Valley. And then it just turns cold and dry as we head into tomorrow night. Temperatures drop down into the teens, and even some single digits are possible early Thursday. We're expecting sunshine as we head into Thursday afternoon. The snowfall forecast, we're expecting a trace to 2 inches of accumulation in the Mohawk Valley. North of the Mohawk Valley, west of Utica, the possibility of 2 to 4 inches or more of snowfall. And some of these steadier bands, especially along the Oneida-Lewis County line, we could see some locally higher amounts, thinking maybe 5, 6 inches on the high end here. But that looks to be the exception rather than the rule. Tonight, snow showers, a low of 26. Tomorrow, lake effect snow showers, temperatures climb into the 30s. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Thursday, a cold start. We're in the teens. We climb into the 30s in the afternoon. We're expecting clouds to give way to some sunshine. The weather looks mild going forward. Temperatures in the mid-40s. Friday, we stay in the mid-40s with mostly cloudy skies over the weekend. Rain returns Monday. And sunshine with high temperatures in the upper 30s by Tuesday of next week. We'll be right back.
Meteorologist Bill Cardis. And believe it or not, still over 400 people without power. That's according to Otsego Electric Cooperative. This is all from Sunday night into Monday. Snowstorm So some folks still waiting to get their power back on.
Yeah.
You know, we said that heavy snow was going to be a problem, and in some areas it really was.
Yeah, those higher elevations really did see some tree damage too, and it was very localized. So we're really hoping that that situation gets resolved pretty quickly here, because we do have some colder weather tonight. Lake effect snow, the name of the game, as a cold front arrives, and that's going to create some colder temperatures here. We can see the leading edge of the front working in from the north. This live look at the Yorkville Battery Stern Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Temperature-wise, we're still pretty mild out there. We're still sitting at 40 degrees, but when that front rolls through, temperatures are going to cool off as we head into tonight. Again, we're tracking some snow showers overnight. The lake effect snow develops north of the Mohawk Valley tomorrow, and it drops through the area. We're expecting accumulating snow, but on the lighter side for most areas. Got to look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. The New York State Nurses Association.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're tracking a cold front dropping in from the north this evening as we take a live look at the Yorkville Battery Stern Tracker 2 Doppler radar. The leading edge of snow moving into Old Forge and just north of Boonville. This will be moving through the area as we head into tonight. We're expecting some lake effect snow to develop in its wake as we head into tomorrow. Not expecting any big traveling issues with this aside from reduced visibility. We're not expecting a lot of lake effect snow. A couple of inches of accumulation to the north, but I think most of us will not see any big impacts with this, considering this is winter, or at least we're in December, meteorological winter here in central New York. Downtown Utica, 39 degrees. You can see the ground is generally bare. We lost the little snow that was on the ground today as temperatures climbed above freezing. Now, we do have some lake effect snow to track, but I also want to mention, too, that tomorrow night, be on the lookout for the Geminid meteor shower. I think the lake effect clouds will clear out overnight, so these could be possible to view here locally, especially after midnight. You're going to want to look straight up and look for the constellation Gemini. It's usually overhead around midnight. Radar and satellite image, again, that cold front dropping in, producing lake effect snow showers. Those develop early tomorrow morning, so we're generally dry overnight. Just a brief burst of snow expected with the front moving through. Temperatures start out in the low 30s tomorrow morning. Scattered snow showers throughout tomorrow afternoon. That lake effect band is going to gradually drop south and west as winds turn into the northwest. So just about all of us will see snow, but not for very long. Most of us just a couple of hours worth before the snow comes to an end. Clear skies tomorrow night. Again, this is why we're hopeful that the meteor shower will be viewed locally. It'll be a cold start to Thursday, but we should see some sunshine Thursday afternoon. High temperatures climb into the low 30s. Snowfall accumulations, thinking a general trace to 2 inches in the Mohawk Valley. Heading north, a fluffy 2, 3, 4 inches of snow. There could be some locally higher amounts involved too, but I think that's the general idea heading into tomorrow by the end of the day. Snow showers tonight, low of 26. Tomorrow, lake effect snow showers, a high of 33. Stern Tracker 2 7-day forecast. It's cold on Thursday, especially to start. A low temperature of 18. We're into the low 30s in the afternoon. Sunshine Friday, 45. And we're looking at mild weather. Mostly cloudy skies over the weekend. Temperatures in the low to mid 40s. Rain returns Monday. Highs in the upper 30s by Tuesday. We'll be right back.
Time now for a first look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. And we're still dealing with some power outages in Otsego County. 460 people or so without power. That's according to Otsego Electric Cooperative. This is all from the thing that happened, the thing, that was technical term, snow, that came down Sunday into Monday, brought down power lines and trees.
And we hate hearing about that, people being out without power for an extended period of time, because we do have some cold weather coming in, especially tomorrow night. So hopefully things get
Crews
situated.
have been working nonstop, so
They sure have, and we're hoping for the best for the folks living down there, that the power gets restored soon. We're tracking some lake effect snow tomorrow. This is all part of a cold front that moves in. Not a lot of accumulation here, just looking at a couple of inches for most of central New York. But again, it does move through during the day, and it's likely going to impact your evening commute. There's a cold front moving in from the north tonight, and this is the beginning of that front. You can see it pretty clearly here on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Temperatures still on the mild side. The front hasn't moved in yet. We've got clear skies, west wind at around 13 miles an hour. Tonight, overnight lows drop down into the mid-20s. We'll see a quick burst of snow as that cold front rolls through, and then lake effect snow develops beginning tomorrow morning. Again, we're tracking the timing of that band as it moves south across central New York, and that's coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. The New York State Nurses
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. Welcome back. We're tracking a cold front dropping in from the north this evening. You can see this line of blue. That is the leading edge of the front. This will be dropping southward, producing a quick burst of snow across central New York overnight. In the wake of the front, we're expecting lake effect snow to develop along a west wind by tomorrow morning. That's going to produce some light accumulations across the region. It starts in the North Country and then works its way southward throughout the late afternoon to early evening. Travel is not expected to be highly impacted by this lake effect snow. We're expecting some accumulation, a brief drop in visibility, but again, for central New York standards, this really shouldn't be a big deal. Current temperature is 38 degrees as we take a live look in downtown Utica. It's still pretty mild out there relative to this time of the year, but we do have some colder weather working in. Skies do clear out tomorrow night. Tomorrow night is the peak of the Geminid meteor shower. It's one of the most active meteor showers of the whole year. Probably don't hear us talk about this too much because most of the time it is cloudy. But I think tomorrow night we have a rare clear night to get out and check this out. You want to look basically overhead. If you can find the constellation Gemini, it's overhead around midnight. That's the best time to check this out, and you want to be away from city lights. So this cold front drops in from the north tonight. That band of snow drops south throughout the day tomorrow. It starts out across the North Country in the morning, 7 a.m. Temperatures start out in the low 30s. Morning commute should be fine, by the way. This band of snow will slowly drop south throughout the afternoon and evening. The evening commute impacted by lake effect snow, especially in and south of the Mohawk Valley, and then winds turn northerly. The lake effect snow comes to an end locally. It's cold tomorrow night, clear skies. Look at these numbers here, down into the teens and even single digits possible by Thursday morning. But then we see some sunshine Thursday afternoon and temperatures in the low 30s. For most areas, a trace to 2 inches of snow is expected throughout the day tomorrow. That would include the Mohawk and Southern valleys. North of the Mohawk Valley, 2 to 4 inches of snow. We could see some locally higher amounts, but I think that's going to be the exception rather than the rule. Few snow showers tonight, low temperature of 26. Tomorrow, lake effect snow showers, especially in the late afternoon and early evening across the Mohawk Valley, a high temperature of 33. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Sunshine Thursday, 34, up to 45 on Friday, partly sunny. It's mild over the weekend, but mostly cloudy. Temperatures in the 40s. Rain on Monday, temperatures in the low 40s, and a return to sunshine as we look ahead to next Tuesday. We'll be right back.